Welcome to TalkersToGeeks.com reviews. Justin here back with more comic book reviews, and today we are going to be reviewing Storm King's Comics Dark and Twisted Long Haul. This is from the Storm King Comic Publishing, and as always, I give you a brief synopsis. So without further ado, here we go. There are over 700 missing people along America's interstate highways, hunted, taken, and killed by more than 300 active serial killers. When Sarah Blake went missing on her way to work, it was too much for her sickly father to handle. His passing, coupled with Sarah's disappearance, left her older brothers Danny and Carl filled with rage and loss. With nothing and no one left to lose, the two men decide to spend whatever time they have left hunting down long haul serial killers, covering the truth about Sarah and taking the murderers out in brutal fashion. During their mission for revenge, they learn about a convoy of sociopathic killers known as the Nine. One of them stole Sarah from beside her broken down car, and the Blake brothers must violently work their way through the Nine and their protectors until they come to the member who took Sarah. And this is 120 pages, and this is a nice graphic novel. I really did enjoy this one. I thought this was really well written. It's action packed, really good pacing, enough characterization for us to feel for the brothers Danny and Carl, and it's brutal. I had to say that right off the bat. This is a very brutal comic, and I think what makes this work is the fact that we have a story here about revenge, and we have a story here about these sociopathic killers, 9 of them called the Nine, who literally are just going and just ending people, just to say it in a more YouTube friendly way, just ending people. And it's up to these brothers to find out what happened to their sister Sarah. And these are just normal people. And what I like about this is that because of, and this is the great thing about their characterization, because of the circumstances of their father dying, Sarah's missing, these brothers feel like there's nothing else now. That Sarah's that only beacon of hope that they've had their entire lives now, because they struggle so much. And now that Sarah's been missing, now they're at the point of like, where do we cross the line? Especially when they're encountering these serial killers. What do we do morality wise? Do we let them go, call the police, and let the law take it, or are we gonna take them out ourselves and just be done with it, full blown Punisher style? And the choices and the morality of dealing with that, I thought they addressed it very, very well. Of course, you have Danny and Carl. Some of them, both of them, at times are at odds, not in like a bickering way, but morality wise. One is just like, we're not killers, and the other one was like, no, we're dealing with killers. Maybe we should become killers because they're not gonna learn. They're a threat. We have to get rid of them. And I thought it was a really good dynamic there. Now, as far as the gore and graphics of this goes, it's gory, it's brutal, especially just the first. And when we get introduced to one of the first killers, the fact that he had his victims buried in sand and only had their head up so they can breathe while he's torturing them. It's brutal, man. Like, this is full blown that slasher type of action, revenge, slasher type of horror, but it works very well because there's very uneasy moments in here with these killers, and especially the one they call Mantis. He was that person was very, very, very sick. And I enjoyed it for the most part. I really did enjoy the gore. I enjoyed that it's very action packed. The pacing goes very fast. It's a very fast read because there's so much action, but it's not action without characterization. It's action with characterization. We get to learn a lot about the Blake family. We get to learn more about the brothers, know more about Sarah. We find out what life was like before Sarah was kidnapped, how they was dealing with their father and the sickly father. So it does a really good job in terms of characterization, storytelling, good pacing, art style is beautiful. Definitely gonna be my choice of the week for comics. Definitely check this one out. Highly recommend this. I'm gonna give this a rating of pick it up. So definitely check out Storm King's Comics Dark and Twisted: The Long Haul. If this you did read it, comment below. Let me know. Tell me what you think. And I just gotta say, the 9 is definitely a serial killer group you might want to watch out for in the comic book space. Thank you for all your support. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this from otakusgeeks.com, browse our website, check out our podcast, The Hour, check out the UWL on our YouTube channel. Thank you for all your support. Peace, love, and happiness. Later days.